Hi everybody. Alright, happy Saturday. As this video is going out, my wife and I are driving up to Marin for a yoga class and then a little spa time. Basically the whitest sentence you'll ever have heard anyone say. My wife and I are going to Marin for a yoga class. Alright, in this video we're going to start working on putting the camlocks between the two halves of the cowling. So again, this is great because this adds just a little bit more weight, and I need that. So what's going to happen is that the bottom cowling is going to be holding on the flanges, as you can see, there are cleat on there. And then the top cowling will have the grommets and the quarter turn fasteners. So, few rules to know about this. One, the first flange has to be 3 inches away from the flanges that are on the firewall. You can see that. Number 2, you want to go all the way up the side that you possibly can. I still have one to put on each side, but for that I'll have to do a very creative bending job. We'll get into that videos from now. And 3, so if you're looking there, you can see the cam locks around the firewall, then you can see the ones that go down. I've already put in 2 that are going down the top cowling. So in a perfect world, for cosmetic reasons, they have you try to line up the flange that'll be on, just like at the very top of, or I should say the very bottom of the top cowl, in the exact same horizontal position as the ones that are going down the cowl. So basically just trying to make it look pretty. As you can see, I did not do that. The reason is, one, I don't really care that much about prettiness, but 2, with the flanges being 3.5 inches apart, if I were to have that cam lock down like another inch, well, I'd say 3/4 of an inch to line up with the ones that are between the two cowls, then the one at the bottom cowling, the one at the top of the bottom cowling would be much farther down there, and I wanted them to be as close to the joint as possible. So I don't really notice it. I think it looks great. Besides, that's the right side of the fuselage. You can see that gap between the second and third flange going down anyway. So yeah, I mean, I cannot say enough about this cam lock system. It is easy. Oh, I will also say this, and I hope it comes out in this video, or maybe it'll be the next video. So what you really need for this is you need a rivet fence, right? Something to be able to mark exact positions for long strands of rivets that you need to put on in a place where there are no holes made. You haven't really needed one much because, I mean, everything's pre-drilled. Vans just sends it to you ready to go. But in this case, we definitely need one. So, and it's the exact same. So it's the exact same thing that we did before, right? We're just putting the flanges on. We're leaving about a little bit less than 1/4 of an inch of overhang coming up from the bottom in case there's a gap. You put the top cowling on. You put those inserts in the back. Well, I should say first you rivet the flanges onto the fiberglass, which is not tough at all. Then use the magnets, drill the holes, insert, rivet the cam locks on, then test with the grommet and quarter turn fastener in place. Look at that. My God, that makes me happy. And it fits great. I mean, I'm overcome with how happy this stuff is. How happy that makes me. Apparently I was going to do something on this desk, but I did not. Oh, here we're back onto the oil cooler. So I just gotten the new oil cooler inlet in. As we know, it went from 4 inches to 5 inches, and unfortunately the round 5-inch flange for the oil cooler just didn't fit, so they had to make one that's octagonal. So we are riveting that together, and then I will goop it full of fire barrier to make it sort of airtight, which we'll get all into more of that later. So, all right, hope everyone's having a good Saturday. I'm going to be wrestling to get out of bed tomorrow morning, but that'll be just fine. Thank you for joining me, everyone. See you soon.